All right, welcome to Lawyer Henderson TV or LawyerTV.com. I'm Lawyer Henderson. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Well, Jay-Z is in the news. Everybody, all the celebrities calling him a sellout, saying you sold out, saying that you're sold out, saying that you up there with Uncle Charlie, said that you sold out, Jay-Z. What's going on, ho? You sold out. No, he met with NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell about Jay-Z signing his partnership deal, Roc Nation, which Jay-Z owned. Sound a big deal with the NFL. And the NFL here is saying that Jay-Z is now the live music entertainment strategist. Woo! Hov is going to have a lot of stake in the NFL. That's what I'm talking about, Hov. That's my dog. Yeah. Colin Kaepernick reacted to Jay-Z's NFL deal. There was also other people who also talked about it. Jay-Z is being scrutinized for not including Colin Kaepernick in the deal. So Colin Kaepernick is still trying to find an NFL home team to play for after he pretty much kneeled and didn't want to he took a stand on injustice and racism in the NFL and the industry, police brutality, black men and women being shot and killed by the police. Jay-Z and Rockefeller Nation signed that deal with the NFL not too long ago. So now Jay-Z had a press conference, and where him and Roger Goodell and all others, of course, was in the back. They had a press conference where Jay-Z said about Colin Kaepernick that we are beyond kneeling. Okay, let's move away from kneeling, is what he said. Okay, let's get away from the old situation where we're going to be doing the civil rights stuff now. Man, so people said, well, lawyer, what is your opinion on it? All right, so here's the thing. Okay, both men seems to be activists. Great point that was called out. I forget the host name, but he said that Jay-Z during the Ferguson uprising, that Jay-Z was bailing out people from the protests. That's activism, okay? Also, Colin Kaepernick has a different way. It's just like what Malcolm and Martin had. Malcolm had a different way of trying to get civil rights legislation passed. Martin had a different way, nonviolence, So you have to look at the same strategy here and Jay-Z and Kaepernick situation, where you had one rapper who came out and said, we're going to move forward because you do have to move forward on racism, white supremacy. And so now he's meeting with the NFL commissioner, and they did a press conference that we're gonna make sure that this black dude and he's the biggest in the game right now. And I see him up there, of course, with Warren Buffett. He pretty much, he went out there real tight for Hillary Clinton, and she still lost. She's like, damn. Okay, so I think Hov is trying to be active. I think people don't understand that Jay-Z has a lot of growing to do. When you have a lot of money like him, I think he's at $600 million now. When you have a lot of money like that and you're young, you don't understand a lot of things as far as what your role is as an activist. You're just pretty much going out there because you're hearing celebrities say this, you're hearing celebrities say that, and you're hearing the black community saying this, and then you're hearing white people saying that, and then now you got all these other folk in your ear. So he wants to then be as much as fair as possible. He want to be able to bring a situation where he is going to negotiate with everyone. And the person that has been left out, of course, is Colin Kaepernick, who pretty much feel like that he's going to come in there and get a deal that what he want. That's not going to be, you got to understand that, these people can replace you. You're replaceable. It's just like on a job, you're replaceable. So the sense then is that they're moving on. Okay, now you will ask the question, well, I mean, if we do have Colin Kaepernick to come back, why he won't take another salary just like the people, regular players are taking now? And that means is that he is not going for it. He want a better contract. He want to be able to pretty much start with something that is going to make him to be what it is. So now, you have all of these people out there saying that Jay-Z should have pretty much, include Colin. I disagree respectfully. I think that these are two people who is in a different industry. And it's not a situation where just because you're black that you pretty much have to agree all the time with other black people. The situation here is that now the NFL says, listen, we're going to pretty much says, we will have this rapper controlling our live music entertainment department. We'll also, speak with them on racial sensitive issues and things of that nature. Okay, so we got that out the way. It's still more work to be done. We still don't have a lot of black people being coaches, head coaches. If we move towards that, then the NFL will be pretty much moving resolved. We don't want to just speak on just one player. You got to make sure that you're including the head. Trying to bring in black head coaches in the NFL. You got to make sure that they also have black managers, black owners. You just cannot just pretty much think that just because you hired Jay-Z that your work is done, and then you get people to think that, oh man, we've hired Jay-Z, so now we're going to use him as a token Negro to try to appease the situation. It don't work, okay? So I see where the people who are supporting Colin is coming from. However, Jay-Z is one guy who made a deal to then take control over these situations when he already had his wife. Pretty much his wife was already doing halftime shows. Okay, so it really, I see what you're saying. It's nothing changed. So what we have to do is we have to understand that Jay-Z is still learning. He is young. Of course, a lot of black men and women who get into this industry, they don't know their history, of course. They're young, they're in high school, so some white guy come along and put $15 million in their hand or $150,000 and they go crazy, okay? So now you have to look at the facts. You got to look at the facts. They have two different situations as to how to appease this one specific problem. And so both strategies are pretty much effective. I think if Colin Kaepernick continued to pretty much kneel, that would be effective. They'll bring us more players to pretty much side with him, bring more players to say, hey, we need to have more black coaches in the NFL. Then you have Jay-Z coming in, the top rapper of the hip-hop game. He's coming in to bring the language that why he is the strategist. Hey, we need hip-hop, halftime. You might need to play some rock and roll, so the white folks won't feel uncomfortable. Pretty much, you got to, make sure that if there's any discrimination, have a seat. Now, the first thing people have to understand, and here's my final thought on this, is that how do y'all not know that he's going to invite Mr. Kaepernick into his office and say, listen, I am now in control of this specific division. So let's have a meeting. Let's have a conference. Let's sit down and see what you're wanting from the NFL. And let's try to negotiate with Roger Goodell, in which who he met with this press conference. I think that we pretty much can solve the issue. I thank you for listening. I'm Lawyer Henderson with Lawyer Henderson TV. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, if you're listening live on Facebook, don't forget to like my page. Ciao.